Welcome to our world. Won't you come on in? Miracles, I guess, still happen now and then. Step into our heart. Leave your cares behind. Welcome to our world. Built with you in mind. Knock and the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you'll be given. The key to this world of mine. We'll be waiting here with our arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to
the ability to translate our knowledge of the atrocities. We have forgotten our most ancient and tested survival strategy to act with the future in mind. That was a quote from Seven Callis Suzuki, who was born and raised in Vancouver, British Columbia. And she was inspired by her mother, Tara Callis, who walked the talk and talked the walk. Her father was David Suzuki, and both parents were environmental and humanitarian activists in the 90s. And I'm not sure if you guys have heard of her, but you missed the song in Deria. But she was the 12-year-old that stopped the world for 6 minutes because of her speech. Kia ora Scott, kia ora Romeo, kia ora Serena, kia ora Anderia. My wife, Sandy Stevens, is my moderator, and if Tia Kotra jumps on, then she will be as well. But yeah, my name is Joseph Stevens. I live in Wellington, New Zealand. It is 6 minutes after 3 p.m., 28th of June 2018. And we finally got some sun out today. It's been very cold here. Overnight it was 2 degrees. Yes, Severin Suzuki. She was the one that stopped the world in 1992 as a 12-year-old with her speech. And I'll get to what she talked about shortly. Today we are a group of over 3 million. They were a group of 5 children. We are a group of 3 million. She stopped the world with her 6-minute speech. Can we do the same as broadcasters? We're 3 million. She was only 1, and that was 36 years. Well, she was 12 at the time, and she's now 36 years old. So what, 24 years ago? Actually, she's 38. So it was 36 years ago. Has anything changed since that speech on what she spoke about on humanity and the atrocities that were going on then? Some people say, yes, there has been a change. Not what I've seen in the photos that I've put up on my website. well, our website in New Zealand and Area's website, but not what I've seen. I can't see that anything's changed. I think it's gotten worse. And I think her speech may have fallen on deaf ears because really not that much has been done. They sent money to the poor countries and they've gotten a lot more out of it. So why are we still ignorant to the fact that that their pockets are still getting more and more and more? The real truth is absolute greed. The rats are just greedy. Why do we call them elite? I can't understand why people call them elite. I'd call armed forces like SAS and all of those people, and I call them elite, but I wouldn't call these people elite. That's a waste of a word for them. We have a currency that can change that can change a lot and pass that rat race by miles. We just have to find out who and how and what tools. Well, we've got tools. We've got our voices. We're broadcasting to everybody. But I think still everybody's still set in their ways and everything is just, I don't know, it's just not enough yet. And we just have to keep on working harder and harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll and then I'll have a talk on the article, because this article was put up in well, it was in the blog in 2006, May 2016, and funnily enough, I sort of like my talk yesterday, just couldn't find anything really to say today. But like normal, you look through the blog and you hunt for something and you find it. And this one stood out the most. So gonna share my screen and we'll watch this video. It's only 12 minutes and we'll go from there. The share screen working?
You can come up here, it takes a few minutes.
Oh no, my share screen's not working again. Oh no.
What happened?
I did this a while back and I couldn't share my screen. I wonder if I go out of here, come back into this one. Sorry, I can't share my screen on what I've got up right now. It just won't let me because it's blocking everything I do. Because that's how I did it. Okay, I'll just try this and see if I can get my I'll just be a few seconds. But in her speech, it was just so awesome to listen to.
She's passionate in what she's talking about.
Very, very. It was just such. It was an awesome speech that she gave to the UN Council, I think it was, and what she talked about on there, it was just incredible.
That's something changing on my screen.
Yeah, I can share it. Yep. Am I up now?
No, I've just got you back again. Yeah, I can see all these. Got the blog. Yeah.
Disaster. Gee, I reckon.
The sound.
Hold on. They can see it, but they can't.
Yeah, someone's just. Kendall's just got. I can see, but no sound.
What about everybody else?
No one else has got back yet. There's only one watching.
Okay, I'll start it from. I'll jump onto the other page. Sorry, Kendall. I don't understand why it's not working. I'll just stop sharing again and I'll go back and figure out why. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just type 1 in the chat box. I don't know why it's not working. No? Try this one. Oh, it might work now. Yeah, you see, I just heard it now. So it'll probably work now. So there. I've got to get rid of that other one. I'm trying to use a different I'm trying to use a different browser, but it's not obviously not working and it's blocking everything. Okay, so I wonder if it'll work now, and we'll just try and give it a go this time. But it is something that we should be watching, and it is awesome to watch this lady, this young girl at the time, and now she's 38, and it is something that we should have watched ages ago. And I saw it a long time ago, last year, and watched it and thought it was so awesome. But at the time, we weren't broadcasting then. What's the matter? I'm not sharing. And at the time, oh, awesome, thank you. Yeah, I know what's wrong with this. It was the other browser that I was using, and it wouldn't share. So I'm going to share my screen again, and we'll try again and see what happens. But we won't start from the end. And just type 1 if you can hear, and 2 if you can't. Go back to here.
Sound, Joe.
What's happened now?
They're not.
As soon as I share my screen, it stops it. Yep, my camera comes back on. As soon as I share my screen, no sound, eh? Oh well. I'll share my screen anyway because I'm going to read out what I'm going to say in the next, and if I'm blocked on that one too, well, I don't know. I'll have to fix it over after. But anyway, you can go and you can find this under this heading and actually watch this, and you can actually watch it on YouTube as well. It is an awesome speech she gave, and she is 38 now. Don't forget, and this was done in 1992. Yes, I noticed last night, Kenville, when I was watching you, and it cut out and then come back and it cut out. But yeah, I don't know why this is mute, please. And I noticed yours kept cutting out. Were you at a school? But anyway, I'll read what our admin wrote after he watched this, and he says, as I watched this popular video for the first time, I could not help the tears from rolling down his cheeks, blurring my vision for most of it. The profound truth coming out of the mouth of this 12-year-old girl, resonate with even greater force today. Kia ora, te okotai. Yep, maybe the elite are back and rating found out how to hit me now, eh? Well, I'll fix them up. Yeah. I don't like that word elite at all. Not for them. It's not worth it. They're not worth it. Where was I? I was 12-year-old girl resonate with even greater force today. Now that has been decades since she spoke. In many ways, since she spoke them. Yeah, I reckon there's a 2 missing out of here. Since she spoke to them. In many ways, the issues she raised in 1992 have, well, I didn't even see that, but because when I opened my little talk, I said that things had gotten worse, and, well, yeah, the words right here have progressively gotten worse since then, and I reckon they have. I think it's just gotten horrendous and getting out of control. The tables have turned on 7 Color Suzuki. Go and watch this because it's this one here. is her oh, not watch this. Can just have a quick read of this. This is her Wikipedia, and it shows you where she's from, or it tells you how old she is, and a picture of her as well, plus everything that she's doing. And I've joined up to her website, and I don't know why John Harder hasn't got this lady into TBC, because we're obviously on the same wavelength as her. So I'm going to send her a message and tell her to have a look at our New Zealand website and see if she'll join TBC. Worth a try, Nigel. You know, anything's worth a try. And having a lady with that voice out there, whoa, in TBC, it would be awesome. Because what Nostradamus did say that a woman will rise to rule the world, or to lead the world. Maybe it could be her. Maybe it could be Jacinta Ardern. Anything's worth a try. The girl speaking as a girl in this video, addressing adults about a world filled with children and what the responsibilities of the adults are regarding them. She is now an adult herself. She is 36, well actually she's 38 now. She's a 38-year-old wife and mother of 2 children, and she continues to be an activist. Below you will find the entire speech, which will hopefully spread to every soul on earth. And if you go to a Wikipedia and then go to her her website, you can grab the speech off that and you can give it to your child who could, you know, go and use that speech at school. Why not? Because she says once you take it off her site and then change the top of it, it becomes your speech. And a lot of kids are using it now too on YouTube. Speech on there. Allow me to take a few quotes from it and tie it together with the overarching mission of the Billion Coin community. From a child's perspective, she said, "Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard." Those few words made my heart swell up and my eyes watery. I have traveled quite a bit, even to many third world countries. I have personally witnessed starving children, and they are everywhere. A malnourished child is even more common than starving children and is practically just as bad. I've seen children being used to raise money in the streets as beggars, and apparently many of these children have been kidnapped from their parents for that purpose. It's a disgusting sight to witness firsthand, especially when some of these children have been purposely maimed so that they could not collect even they could collect even more coins. Child prostitution has also become commonplace in parts of the world. Some children have not only lost their future, they have lost their childhood. And they won't even have any dignity either anymore. By the time she spoke the following words, the tears were rolling down my cheeks. Did you have to worry of these things when you were my age? All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions. I'm only a child, and I don't have the solutions. I don't. I want you to realize. Neither do you. You don't know how to fix the holes in the ozone layer. You don't know how to bring the salmon back up in the dead stream. You don't know how to bring back an animal now extinct. You can't bring back the forest that once grew where there is now a desert. You don't know how to fix it. So please stop breaking it. She's right. If we don't know how to fix something, at least we can stop breaking it and making it even worse. And that's what I always say. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Then, like an arrow to the heart, she speaks the truth. Here you may delegate your governments, business people, organisers, reporters, or politicians, but really you are mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, and all of you are someone's child. If you had a pleasant childhood, be grateful. If you had a difficult childhood, may it give you strength to make a better way for your children. Always remember that you were a child once, too. You counted on the adults in your life to tend to you, to tend to your needs, and you are responsible for the next generation. It is easy to point fingers and blame our leaders. Let me tell you something. Our leaders are not completely at fault for the conditions we find ourselves in today. This is our mess. We are all at fault. If you need to find someone to blame, just step in front of the mirror and stop making excuses for yourself. If you claim that you simply don't have enough to share with others, that you are barely getting by yourself, then TBC can change that. Even if you can afford, even if you can afford, or even if all you can afford is the purchase of just one TBC coin, well, you can't now because one TBC coin is worth a lot, 8 million. But if you come in now, you will be able to get one coin for less than 8 million. Then buy it and be grateful because within that one TBC coin is the potential of enormous wealth for you. You no longer have to waste your precious life on the excuse of not having enough. The world is full of every resource needed to provide comfort and security to every man, woman, and a child on it. To believe otherwise means you have fully embraced the great deceptions that scarcity is real. Scarcity is not real. Shortages come and go, and scarcity or scarcity is an artificial device used against the masses to kill them and to enslave them. Are you a slave? Do you want to be a slave? Well, this is a huge article. The real truth is that humanity does not need money. An awakened humanity could operate without the time consuming and cumbersome activities associated with money. TBC leads the pathway to a world filled with empowered individuals, living meaningful lives, and joy will be the natural byproduct on an existence driven by pure love. TBC is part of the bridge from the world today to a much better world tomorrow. TBC, a form of money, will flood the resources desired so fast for each of you that it will become self-evident to all that the resources were always there and we only needed to change our minds to access them. May the voice of this 12-year-old girl be in your hearts from now on, stirring it to always take positive action towards a brighter future, not just within the walls of your home, but for your part in the world, in the whole world. Chris Kringle. See text below the video. Oh, okay. And that's who she stands for. ECO, Environmental Children's Organisation. And as she says, we are a group of 12 to 13-year-olds trying to make a difference. And this is her whole speech. So you can copy this, and all she says was just change and take her name out of it and put your name in it. And she'll be quite happy with that because you own the speech after that. And this is an awesome speech to listen to. So, if you're out of school, give it to your children. Teach the kids at school. Learn this. Learn this speech. That'll make a difference. They'll make a difference in our world. Yeah, I don't want to hide that. I want to stop. But I'm not going to read out her speech because I'll leave that to you to listen to, because it's actually better to listen to than for me to read it. She's got a better way of saying it than I do. Well, it's out of the mouth of a child. And she just it was just inspiring just to listen to it again. I'd listened to it last year when I first started in TBC, which was April. I started in TBC. So I've been over a year and 2 months, 3 months, 2 months. May, June, yeah. A year and 2 months. Been a while. What have I gotten out of TBC? I've gotten a lot of knowledge. A lot more than I did have previously about what the goings on are and the happenings in this world are. And to me, I feel a lot for the people that are out there on the street, and especially this cold, especially when it's really cold, and it's winter time over here in New Zealand. So 2 degrees at night time is frozen time. And Jules Ann, she did a quick talk last night before she had to go out, and she talked about where she was going, and that was to well, we call them marae, and it's a place, it's a meeting place for Māori, and it's our place. No one else in the world has a thing like what we have, which is called a marae. And I'll just go over and say thank you all for turning up. And Yeah, after watching that girl talking, it's just overwhelming. And sorry about the sound issue. Yeah, someone playing around with it's not that's just unusual for me to have a problem with have a sound problem. So I'll test it later on this afternoon, and I'll fix it. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning up and sharing my broadcast with me today. I'd like to say thank you to Scott, Romeo, Serena, Andaria, and Kenville for putting up with no sound. But I do encourage you to go and watch this, jump on and watch that video. It's absolutely excellent. And then you will get children talking about it. Anyway, my name is Joseph Stevens, and my wife Sandy is my moderator, along with Teal Kotai Williams. We are both, well, we're all three of us are trusted sellers, actually. And just saying thank you for being here, and hope you have a good rest of the day or afternoon or evening or good night. So with that, thank yous for being here on my broadcast. Ka kite anō, I'll let this play right to the end. Stay happy. Ka kite anō.
And the door will open. Seek and you will find. Ask and you'll be given. The key to this world will be waiting here. With our arms unfurled, waiting just for you. Welcome to our world.
Cheers.